All right, guys, so this clip right here is awesome. You have Tim Dillon is talking to Chris Cuomo, and he owns Chris so hard that he changes his mind in real time. It's very rare you see something like this, but we got it. We got it. So let's watch, and then we'll break it down.
Why is it that people on the fringe right seem to engage in conspiracies more? Is it a coincidence that Benny Johnson and Charlie Kirk are more interested in the Epstein files? Is it a coincidence that Rogan was, talking so much about Epstein killing himself versus being murdered? Why do we hear more of that on the right?
I think there's people on the fringe left, if you remember, and I listen, I think Epstein probably was murdered. I mean, I don't think
Based
there's
on
a...
what?
Well, based on the idea that the cameras went out and the guards fell asleep, and he had information on some of the most powerful people in the world, and his best friend, Ghislaine Maxwell's father, the Seymour Hersh, wrote a book alleging that he was an agent of the Mossad, and they had what clearly seems like a honeypot operation, and that all of these politicians were on his jet. Like, it feels like, again, just from an outsider's point of view, he got a sweetheart deal for the first time. He was accused and convicted of being inappropriate with a minor. And I don't know the exact terminology. He did a lot more than being inappropriate with a minor. But you have this intriguing, weird figure who's connected to all of these very powerful people and has an island where people are going to meet up with underage women, and all of these people are coming out and testifying to that effect. And then right before his trial, he dies. I mean, Chris, let's be honest. If we're talking about the mafia and we're talking about a guy that had information on all of these big, powerful people, and he gets whacked, does not a part of your brain? And I'm, Kirk or Johnson or Rogan or whoever, me or anybody who's looking at this, and people on the left and the fringe left also has some conspiracies. One of them was that Donald Trump was an agent of Russia. And by the fringe left, I mean every media organization, including the one you used to work for, every day was Russiagate. So to me, it's like, don't you look at the Epstein thing and for a minute say to yourself, yes, it is possible that this guy who is involved in potentially blackmailing people, but certainly involved in human trafficking and connected to all these wealthy, powerful people, gets whacked before he can say any of their names?
Yes. I think it's very curious.
By the way, I resent that Chris Cuomo, he gave the right too much credit there by saying, like, why is it always these right-wingers who are obsessed with these crazy conspiracies like that Epstein didn't kill himself? Because let me tell you something. The right has been so utterly full of shit on this question because they talk about Epstein all the time, but then they bury their head in the sand the second a tremendous amount of evidence comes out saying that Donald Trump was buddies with Jeffrey Epstein and he's definitely in the Epstein files. So you are giving the right way too much credit by pretending that they're honest actors who are looking for the truth and they've come to the conclusion that the Epstein thing was a conspiracy theory. No, the Epstein thing is definitely a conspiracy theory, but it's people on the left who deserve more credit because we're the ones who've come out and said, yeah, I don't think Jeffrey Epstein killed himself, but also Bill Clinton is in those files, and also Donald Trump is in those files. So we're the only actual honest ones in the entire conversation. And he gives too much credit to the right. He thinks he's besmirching the right, but he's actually giving them credit by saying, why is it the right-wingers who are always talking about Epstein? I'm talking about Epstein all the time. I'm on the left. The difference is I'm honest about all of it, including Trump, whereas ask any fucking right-wing asshole, hey, is Bill Clinton in the Epstein files? Oh, of course he is. Is Donald Trump in it? Well, things and stuff, bro, and maybe he's in it, but not in the way that you think he's in it. It's this other way that I can't even describe. But yeah, he was on his jet 7 times. But those were leisurely flights. Those had nothing to do with underage girls. So yeah, okay, sure, it was the elite pedophile plane, but when Trump was on it, it was not that. Oh my God. I don't... Look, here's the thing. And this is the reality about conspiracy theories that is very frustrating and very hard for people to wrap their minds around. Here's the reality. Some conspiracy theories are just true. Right? So like Bay of Pigs, Operation Northwoods, over 50% of the country still believes that Lee Harvey Oswald wasn't like the lone gunman and the only person involved in the JFK assassination. Those are examples of conspiracies. Like, it's just true to question the official narrative. Like, you are just correct if you question the official narrative. Now, on the flip side of that, there are some conspiracies that are just fucking stupid and obviously wrong. Right? Like the idea that the COVID vaccine is just trying to kill you, they're trying to poison you, it's got a microchip in it, and blah, 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 blah. Total bullshit. Not true at all. You sound like a fucking idiot if you bring those up. And then there's other conspiracy theories that, like, they're a little bit true and a little bit false. Like, it's on a spectrum. It's half true, half false. Some of them are 90% true, 10% false. Some of them are 90% false, 10% true. There's like, it's way too nuanced of a thing to just have a take. They're all right or they're all wrong or whatever. Like, and this is one of those things where, I'm sorry, there's not going to be a single normie in the country who hears the facts of the Epstein thing and they go, yeah, I'm sure he committed suicide. But now you have the Trump regime telling us that. You have Kash Patel telling us that. You have Dan Bongino telling us that. You have fucking Pam Bondi, all these assholes telling us that. Why? To protect Donald Trump. To protect Donald Trump. And by the way, I think it's rich of Tim Dillon to take a shot at the far left there, when in today's era, let me tell you something, the far left, the fringe left, is looking right about more and more things. By the way, even the thing, oh, he's a Russian agent or whatever, were they out over their skis when they talked about it in the first term? Sure. But let me tell you something, the way Trump's acting today, if he's not, purposefully trying to destroy this country, he's sure acting like it, right? Either he's the most incompetent, idiotic asshole in the world, or he is purposely trying to destroy this country. And the fact of the matter is, a lot of people need to print some resistance liberal apology forms because they've been right about so fucking much. When those people came out there in the first term and said, look, dog, I don't think he's going to want to leave office if he loses. And then everybody on the right and everybody in the center was like, oh, please, that's not true. That's ridiculous. Then what did Trump do? Exactly that. He tried to stay in power. He tried to stay in office. He did the fake elector slates. He did January 6th, right? He almost invoked the Insurrection Act in order to stay in power. Who are we kidding? Who are we kidding? They were right about that, and they're right this time too, when everybody on the fringe left is saying, hey man, it looks like he's trying to do the Insurrection Act, usher in martial law, ban all free protest and speech in the country, and lock up all of his enemies. I mean, fucking talking about arresting Gavin Newsom. He's already talking about it. Why? Because he disagrees with you sending in the fucking National Guard to crack skulls in his state where the police have it under control? So the fringe left has been right about virtually everything. So spare me with the little fucking pot shots at the fringe left, please. I mean, anybody who fucking played patty cakes with Trump or patty cakes with J.D. Vance, as Tim Dillon did, by the way, have a little bit of fucking humility, okay? Giving a hot stone massage to the pudgy fucking weasel prick who is Trump's henchman who lies about fucking everything. Spare me. This is the guy who's arming and funding the genocide as he goes on Theo Von's show and goes, oh, it's not a genocide. Sure, they're shooting kids in the face, but they're not trying to shoot the kids in the face. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. And this is the reality that all of the Rogan Sphere podcast bros need to come to terms with, is that you guys all fancy yourself like, oh, we're edgy outsiders telling the truth, bro. No, you're not. You're state propagandists, and you fucking snuggled up to power. You snuggled up to Trump. You snuggled up to Elon, not Tim Dillon. He's actually been very tough on Elon, but Rogan has definitely snuggled up to Elon and coddles his nuts on a daily basis. But you guys snuggled up to the main power centers in this country. J.D. Vance, Donald Trump, all these assholes. Kash Patel was on Joe Rogan's show the other day lying his ass off about how, oh, there's nothing about the Epstein stuff. Don't even worry about that. Like, this is who you are now. You're not edgy outsiders. You're state propagandists, right? You made your bed, now you're going to sleep in it. You own what this horrific regime does every step of the way because you guys had your pom-poms and were cheerleading for them in the fucking run-up to the election, okay? And I know all you're going to try to distance yourselves as time goes by, but it ain't going to fucking work because we have the video. We have the audio. We see what you all were saying. So spare me. Fucking spare me with this. Jesus Christ. It has not been the far right has been correct about Epstein. They're the assholes who refuse to say Trump has anything to do with it, even though Epstein is on literal audio tape saying, I was Trump's closest friend for a decade. Right? Michael Wolff, who interviewed Epstein for a very extended period of time, he came out and said, there's literal pictures of Donald Trump with questionable age girls sitting on his lap. Topless. Right? There's all this fucking evidence. All this evidence. But they all shove their head in the sand when it comes to Epstein and Trump. Well, now, hopefully their bubble is bursting when they realize, oh shit, it looks like maybe Elon's right. Maybe Trump is in the Epstein files and that's why he's covering it. Yeah, no shit. In other words, the left was correct yet again. Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.